Hi and welcome back to Lizard Studios. Today you are going to be drawing with me in this beautiful town that we are in right here, and I'll tell you about this town in just a second. Okay, we are going to be drawing 1-point perspective. We are going to be drawing text here. We're going to be making text here with lines, okay? And we're going to talk a little bit about Van Gogh. All right, so let's get our materials ready and begin. Today, you are going to need just a piece of paper, white paper, because we're going to be drawing. You need a pencil, you need a sharpener, and you need a rubber or an eraser, okay? So, the first thing that we're going to do is talk about this town that we are in today. This town is called Sainte Marie, and this is a painting by the artist Van Gogh. He painted this when he was visiting the town. He really liked this 1-point perspective, the house in the back, and the street that goes into that house. So he painted it. It just inspired him. And he used lots of lines in his drawing, because first he made a drawing and then he made a painting. He used lots of lines to create textures. We're going to be making that today in our paper. Okay, so we are going to be inspired by this beautiful painting that Van Gogh made. And the first thing that I want to tell you is to use your paper not vertically, because when we do a landscape, we could get more landscape in if we put it horizontal like this. Okay, so we're going to use our paper horizontal like this. So the first thing that we're going to do is draw a horizontal line, so we know where we're going to put our 1-point perspective. So let's do that. So I'm going to divide my paper into thirds like this. Do you see this little mark? I'm going to make it darker so you can see it. Okay, so 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. I am going to make the horizon line right here, more or less. And I am drawing really hard so you can see it, okay? But you draw a little bit softer on your paper, just in case you need to erase, all right? The next thing that I am going to do is look at the point right here, the house right here, which is the point where everything is going towards. All the angles are going towards there. See the houses, how they're going towards there? Well, we are going to place that point right here. And that is like a little triangle. We're just going to keep it there because it's like the street goes downwards and then you see only the rooftop of the house. So we're just going to make that little triangle here. And from this triangle, there is an angle that goes all the way to this corner right here of the paper, more or less. So we're going to make that angle right there. And I'm doing it really hard. You see? I'm making it really, really, really hard. So you see how to do it, okay? But you do it soft. And then the rooftop, see the houses come all the way to here, all right? And there is another angle at the rooftop. Look at my pencil, all right? Look at my pencil, because this is very important. We're gonna make another line of reference going upwards like this towards this corner right here. See, I made it really soft first and now I'm making it really hard so you can see it, but you do it soft, okay? So right now we have one little house at the top, at the back, and we have the 2 points of reference. Now the street, look at the street. The plants are more or less here, all right, as you see on the other camera, but the street comes this way and then the plants are on top of the street. So what are we going to do? We're gonna make another line, another angle coming this way. So let's all draw it together. And these are our points of reference, okay? There we go. So now, what are we going to begin doing? We're going to begin drawing the houses. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is draw like the top of these houses right here, like the rooftop, okay, where the rooftop is at. So I start from here. And this is gonna be like the rooftops. And just watch just a second how this works. These are the houses, okay? I'm not gonna do it exactly like Van Gogh because I wanna teach you to see like the skeleton of the actual picture. And then you guys could just put the muscles and everything else on top. But I want you to know the skeleton. So this is the bottom of the houses. This is like this side of the houses. And this is the wall of the houses, okay? Like the rooftop. So let's make the first house right here. Now, my walls are vertical. That does not change. They're always vertical, okay? Horizon line is like this, and the walls are vertical. What changes is the angles of the picture. So I'm gonna make my first house small. So this here would be the wall of the first house, okay? We're gonna make the second house, all right? Right here, vertical, a little bit wider. So look at that. I'm making it really dark so you can see. Now I'm gonna make the next house a little bit further apart and a little bit wider because it's closer to me. And when objects are closer to me, they're wider. You see that? And now I'm gonna make the last house right here. Another vertical line. And I'm not gonna see the whole house, okay? It's gonna go this way. Now I have like the wall of the house. Now this, I'm gonna color the wall of the house a little bit so you could see it, okay? So you could see it, but you don't have to do this, all right? You don't have to do this. I'm just doing it so you could see where the house is going to be. You don't do this on your paper. Don't do this at home, okay? It's just so you could see. Now we are going to draw the rooftops, okay? And the rooftops are kind of here. They go back in space. They go back in space and they reach, for example, here. You see that? Very good. So now they reach all the way to here. So look at this. We make the same angle, or a little bit wider. A little bit wider there. Okay? And erase this one. Sometimes we need to erase. I don't like erasing too much, but that's the way it is. That's the way the cookie crumbles. Sometimes we need to erase. See, these rooftops are quite unique because they're kind of, see, this one goes all the way to here. And then this one, we don't see the whole thing. Okay, there we go. Now, like we have the rooftops right here, okay, this is the rooftop of this house and this one. We need to do the back of the rooftops, okay? So these are the rooftops right here. And we need to do the back of the house, which is right here and right here. And well, this one, we could just make it right here a little bit. And that's it, and that will be, those will be the houses. So now, if I rub out these lines more or less, okay, you would see here, okay, like the houses, how the houses go. And of course, we have to rub out this line and this line and this line right here. Look at that. Okay, so we erase those lines, and now we are going to make the actual horizontal line of the house. Look at this, the side of the house. So we see that it goes back in space. It has to be parallel to this, the horizon line, okay? So it has to be parallel to the horizon line. And like that, we see the houses, the different houses, okay? So we see the rooftop. These are like the back of the houses. The road goes in the back of the houses, you see? And then here, there's some chimneys. So we could make a little chimney here. We could make another one here. The houses are quite the same. Okay, and that's, we really just wanna kind of do the same houses so we know how to make them going back with these two lines that go back into 1 point perspective. And of course, here we would erase a little bit of this line. Like it's really soft, it doesn't matter because I told you to draw it really, really, really soft. Okay, so it doesn't really matter. We're gonna be coloring later on. We're gonna be adding color in the next lesson. So all we want to do today is get a really good drawing so we could add color next lesson, okay? So let's see. The next thing that we have to do, well, I am going to draw a little house back here. I'm gonna give it a shape, okay? Just like that. And I'm gonna put a little a chimney right here, so we could see there's a little chimney. Maybe I'll make this one a little bit darker like this, just like that. Okay, so we could see that there. And then here, there's like another house, but we're not gonna draw this house. Here on this side, we're gonna make some trees. And that's where we are going to begin putting some texture. Texture is created with lines, with different lines and the ways that lines go. There's different types of lines. There are straight lines, horizontal lines, parallel lines. There are wavy lines, remember? There's castle top lines. There are so many lines, shell lines. And we're gonna use lines today to make those textures. In the back of this painting of this beautiful landscape, okay, well, landscape and townscape, there is a tree. And we are going to begin from the front to the back because this looks like a star right here, okay? So we are going to begin with that big star right here. So look at my lines. My lines are making like this bush that goes from the middle. There's a big, huge bush here in this side of the drawing. And look at the texture that I am creating by using crazy lines that go out from the middle. It just looks like if it was fireworks, okay? Just fireworks, you see that? So I created here a bush and this texture of bush by making these lines. When you draw next time, you will see how that works too, okay? Now here we have like a rose bush, okay? There's a rose bush right next to it, and let's see how we draw the rose bush right here. So the rose bush, I will draw like, you know, maybe like this, like some roses first. Swirly lines, okay, to pretend they're roses, because then we're gonna be coloring them, okay? And this is a bush of roses. Kind of looks like roses, okay? And now, that little bush has, see, lines that go around. Do you see this? You see the little lines that I'm making here? Well, those are like the leaves of this bush. It's different. Do you see how these lines created this texture and these lines are creating this texture? Well, that's the way it goes. Okay? So I'm gonna leave that there right now. And then we have another bush like this one back here. Look at that. I'm gonna make it, but I'm gonna make it smaller because as we see things in the back, they get smaller. So look at this. I'm gonna make a little small bush. Awesome, there. All right. And then back here, there are other kind of like bushes. And then there is a house back there. But here we have another colored bush and lines that are just curvy like this. Do you see how I'm using my line just with little curves and I'm making another style, another texture right here? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 different textures. 1, 2, 3. 3 different textures because this one is more or less like this but smaller. Okay? And here there's like a house also. So we're gonna just put here, we're gonna make like a little rooftop here. Okay? Another rooftop here. Let's put the rooftop here. And then the house right here in color. And we're gonna put a little chimney because they all have chimneys. All right? And then we erase this line right here in the middle. Rip it out. Okay? And then there's another house back there. Well, we're not gonna draw it. We're just gonna make this beautiful tree right here, okay? So there's a tree. Remember, when you draw trees, they're thick at the bottom and they're thinner at the top. So look at this. I am just going to make a tree here. It's kind of different than in the painting right here, but it's okay. So I'm just going to make it like this. Okay. You see? Okay, it goes out. And then I'm going to make all the leaves that go around the tree with lines that are just going like this. Look at that. And I'm making another type of texture. And I'm going to put it in front of the actual branches. Not only on the branches, but in front of the actual branches. We know the branches are there because those are the skeleton of the tree. And then there are other bushes Back here, there's more of these here. So we're just gonna make it green here. Like if this tree had lots of different, okay, in front of it. There we go. Okay, so more or less we have it. Now what we need is the texture on the rooftops. This rooftop right here, well, we're gonna make this one like here, okay? This rooftop right here, look at this. Remember, if we make the rooftop with lines like this, they'll have to go back into the horizon line, okay? Into the 1 point perspective. So, look at what we're doing. See? Go up like this, and up like this, to here, okay? And it's kind of rounded at the edge like this. And then, look at this. Look at the texture. See, kind of rounded here. It's like if there was hay, okay? Like some type of hay or something at the top of this rooftop. Okay, like if it was made of, I don't know. So, just watch how I do it. And now you see that I have different texture on the rooftops, okay? Now, the street right here is gonna have little lines that are very close together, and then they get separated. Okay, they get separated. I'm making it dark so you could see, okay? See, but they're separated here, see? And then, and of course it's going to here because there's like, there's not a line in here. When we color this, you will see how that works, okay? But right now, see, like this goes into here because the houses are there, okay? And there we go. Maybe this one here like this. And with a stick going down the middle. That'll be fun too. Okay, so what are we gonna do today? Today, we are going to write our name on our paper and we're gonna leave it so we can finish it next time with color, because today you have done a wonderful job. This art, I always put this art and the year that I made this, okay? So today, what have we done? Today we have practiced making 1 point perspective in the background right here, okay? We have used two diagonal lines actually, 2 diagonal lines and a horizon line to make that 1 point perspective and get those houses into the proper size to look into the background, okay? Now, Van Gogh was an amazing artist and he knew how to use this very, very well. And in his drawings and in his paintings, he did a wonderful, wonderful job. So, put your work away, take care of it, and next week we are going to be adding color to our drawing and it's gonna come out fantastic. Now, have a great week, have a great day, and be good and stay safe, okay? Bye bye, guys.